Hello, my name is Adam Moreno, and I've been a part of the home for 11 years. Graduated in March of 2015. And here's my story. Before the home, I had a very unstable life. My life was all over the place. I worked in clubs, was a bartender. With the nightlife comes the after hours nightlife, and so I was drinking every day, partying, on multiple drugs, and I was also identified by my sexuality. With all of that, mind you, I grew up in church, so I had no reason to even be on drugs. I was just really rebellious and running far from the Lord. Before I knew it, I'm selling drugs. I'm feminine, yet I'm thuggish. I'm all over the place with my identity. And before you know it, now I'm getting DWIs, multiple drug possession charges, on a downward spiral, wrecked the car, lost the job. Life's a mess. In 2013, I was arrested 4, maybe 5 times within a 2-month time period, one of those being a first-degree felony, and that enhanced everything. Over the next year, it got worse on drugs, lost the job, lost the car, and May 26, 2014, I'm in front of a judge facing 44 to 99 years in prison. Meantime of my court date, I had reached out to Pastor A. He was a dear friend of mine before he got saved and went to the home himself. And he sent somebody from the men's home to explain to the judge what the men's home was. Again, I'm in front of the judge facing 44 to 99 years, broken, lost, and I prayed to God. I said, Lord, mind you, I had 4 Xanax bars in my pocket, and I said, Lord, I will flush 2 of these, and if you save my life. So I took the other 2 for sure, and I'm in front of the judge, and sure enough, God showed up in the courtroom, and I was sentenced to the men's home. 7 years probation, men's home. So from a lifetime to just 7 years probation. Walking through the doors of the men's home was monumental in my life. I knew this is where God was calling me to be. I felt an overwhelming peace, and I was sure that this would be a pivotal point in my life. I fell in love with the home. I fell in love with just the order. I fell in love with stability. I fell in love with discipline, and I fell in love with God all over again. The chains of addiction I knew had been broken, and also an identity crisis. I was so unstable in who I was. I was identified by sexuality, and I knew that this was going to change as well. My faith has grown in so many ways. It's one thing to be told what to do, but it's what you do after. Applying everything that you learn and actually applying the discipline, the self-control, praying, having a relationship with the Lord, staying connected to the church, serving, making sure that you have a godly circle, accountability. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I feel like God used my identity crisis for the better, for good. What the enemy thought was for bad, God used for the better, for his kingdom. I was a chameleon before I could adapt to many communities, the gay community, drugs. I worked in bars, so I was just all over the place. And now God has used that for his kingdom. I've had people over the years, over the last 11 years, reach out to me who you wouldn't think who would need prayer, people who've come against God, people on drugs, people, gay people, thugs, people in prison, and I feel like the Lord has used that for his glory. I get to be a part of that, and it's an honor to be able to help over the years. The home, I feel like the Lord has used the home to keep me rooted, to have a solid foundation, to have an identity in Christ, and not have drugs or alcohol to fill in a void, because I have Jesus Christ himself for everything I need. He's the center of my life, and he sent people directly to me to keep me successful, grounded, and spreading the Great Commission. The home inspired me to go to barber school years after I was done graduating, and I feel like the Lord gave me a vision of having a men's boutique with a barbershop and a gym attached to it. I felt the Lord tugging at my heart to just one day drop what I was doing and start barber school, and I did. Never cut hair in my life, but I knew that the men's home was a part of that. I wanted to be able to have men who had no sense of fashion or just needed help and confidence, where I could cut their hair, dress them up, and if they needed to get in shape, do that too. Now I'm working on a dream, and it was all because of the home. I'd like to say, it doesn't matter how far you think you are from God, you're never too far. He loves you right where you're at. With all the baggage, all the ugly, all the mess, I know for a fact it can be painted into a beautiful picture. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people who gave. We used to fundraise, or we still fundraise, but I've hit the streets, and I thank the Lord for people just giving, and we wouldn't be here. It's the real deal, because we're all hot and sweaty going in with whatever we're selling at the time, whether it be banana bread, crosses, or keychains, but it's the real deal. And I'm one of the guys. I'm one that walked in all sweaty, and I've been on drugs, and God saved my life, and can you help us out? And so it's not a scam, it's real life, and I thank you so much for everybody who's given, because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you.
If this story resonated with you, if you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, alcoholism, or bondage of any kind, please know there is hope. You're not alone. Our intake number is listed in the description below. Don't hesitate to reach out. Freedom is just one phone call away. And if you'd like to be a part of our Transforming Lives, just like this one you saw today, there's also a link to give. A recurring gift of just $50 a month helps us continue offering a safe place for healing, discipleship, and restoration. Thank you for partnering with us to bring hope to the hopeless and light to the darkness. Have a blessed day.